Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more River City Ransom, continuing on with the martial arts playthrough, where I attempt to get all of the martial arts in the game. So, at the moment where I am, I'm just grinding up here, trying to get some money, although I have not a lot of health here. I'm playing on advanced difficulty, so it is a little bit on the tougher side. And as you can see there, that guy just socked me for all the health I had. These guys are a lot tougher. They're harder to put down. And I really don't like dealing with the frat guys, so probably going to get out of here as soon as possible. Alright. I think I have enough money that I can buy something, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Although it will not restore much of my health, it will at least give me some stats, and if I die, I don't lose out on the money that I could have used getting stats. So we're going to continue getting punch power here, as currently the only martial art I have is aimed at my punching ability. Go ahead and take a look at my status here, just to see where I am. So punch power is up to 21. But a lot of my rest of my stats are pretty much at their base value, 15 being the base value. The exceptions to that being stamina and max power. Max power starting in at 63, as well as your stamina starting in. So that's pretty much where we're at. So we're definitely increasing that punch power. The only other real stats that I've improved significantly would be my defense and strength, which will also help putting guys down. I mean, see, when generic dudes can give you that kind of fight, it's kind of ow. And with one kick, that guy pretty much drained out what health I had. Go. That guy down. Oop, I meant to. Ow. Alright. And this is where we're at as far as the difficulty. We'll get back out there, though, now that we have full health. And it is going to be one of those slow processes where we eventually get our stats up to where they need to be able to fight these guys a little bit more effectively. But their defense stat is definitely high. Jocks, that is. Gotta be careful here. The one thing I didn't really mention in my previous playthrough is it's amazing how much you can do in this game with just the two standard buttons that you have in the NES. That is why I called my original playthrough Carpal Tunnel the game, though, because the way that you have to contort your hand to be able to do all the things that you need to do in this game, probably not good long-term for your hands. Alright, I didn't really get beat up there, so I'm going to save the money for now. That may be a mistake, but both these guys have weapons, so I should be able to take advantage of that. That is, if they don't kick the crap out of me. Ow. Like that. So, what I meant by take advantage is when a guy's holding a weapon. Oh, so much for the money I collected. When a guy's holding a weapon, he can't really defend himself. Ow. Don't really want the weapons, actually, because I'm gonna die again. Alright. Not enough of you guys. Because my martial arts, you know, right now are not benefiting the use of weapons at all. Alright, probably to regain health, the smart move would be prawn, as I believe it gave me a decent amount. It will get my strength, I believe, up. Which is an important stat. Alright, we can go back out there. Don't really have a whole lot of money to speak of, though. Just wish I had one died there. I think I would have had more money if I had... Ooh, no, we're not doing the frat guys. The reason I avoid the frat guys is because they do a lot of really cheap things. They like to run and throw weapons at you, run and sucker punch you, and it just drains your health down. Even if you're doing okay, you're fighting them off, it's attrition after a while. The other gang that's very dangerous for that reason is the squids. Even more so because the squids are actually much more powerful of a gang, but also they do the same kind of tactics. Sucker punching, throwing weapons after, you know, charging at you. Doesn't give you a lot of reaction time. You're busy fighting one guy and then somebody else runs up and throws a weapon in your face. Not really particularly fun to deal with. These guys just do not go down. Alright. Definitely would also like to pick up another martial art. While I am here, right next to a bookstore. Because I actually have to go through 2 malls to get to the next bookstore that has martial arts. And the only one you can get Acro Circus at is the mall that I am currently at. So that is probably the martial art I will try and get. Now, grinding generic dudes will make that take a while. But we'll get there eventually. I could fight the first boss, but I don't know if I'm ready for that. The bosses are difficult in the easier difficulty. I don't even want to think about how difficult they are in advanced. Alright, come on, get up. There you go. They can't defend themselves when they're huffing and puffing like that. Oop. About to say that that was the last guy, but nope. Alright, let's see where the money's at. We're at $9. I think I'm going to go back and just eat some food. So where are we status-wise? We figured out 3 stats that we want. We figured out punch, defense, and strength. So it looks like we could do with some more defense out of those 3. Now, I could be eating more expensive sushi, as that would benefit me more, but I don't know what the stats are that they're going to give me. I'd rather not waste my money, but we can find out here. So, the only one we can afford is salmon and arc shell. I'm going to try the arc shell, but I just get the feeling we're going to get more like weapon and throw and things that we don't really want. Yeah, there goes weapon. Got some willpower, which is decent, but considering how much that cost me, it only gave me slightly more health than the one that gave me prawn, which gives me strength. And it gives me a stat I don't want. So, not really all that beneficial to me. And there you go. See, there's that guy trying to sucker punch me. They're always running, which makes them a lot harder to deal with. Whereas you see the generic dudes here, there's times that they run, but they're not constantly running at you or running away from you. That's the other thing about the frat guys that's annoying, is they run up, sucker punch you, then run away. Right. Dead. I mean, that was kind of a sucker punch, but he stayed there. He didn't run away, so it's a lot less annoying. Now, if he had clocked me, he might have followed it up, and that would have been dangerous, but... let's get him. I was going to say before he recovers. Alright, looks like that's it. And the other difficulty that we're going to have is how expensive the martial arts are. It was easier to get them early on in the game when I started with $20, but now that, you know, I have pretty much nothing, it's a little bit more difficult. Alright, so we're going to grab the eel here for defense. As we did discuss, we needed that. Fortunately, I can't afford anything else, so we're just going to leave. I have to figure out, of the expensive sushi, which is the most useful. No, I don't want any of that. Alright, we'll go to the park. Although it's a little bit dangerous because it might spawn frat guys, and then we might be in this screen with frat guys, which is exactly what happened. And that's exactly what I mean. He ran, he kicked me, he ran away. That's what frat guys do, and it's very annoying to deal with. Now, the jocks, on the other hand, they have very high defense, and they're pretty strong, so they can kick the crap out of you. If they get you down, you're probably going to stay down. And we've already had some encounters like that with them. But they're not as annoying to deal with. They could be dangerous, but they're not going to attrition you to death like the frat guys are. What do you get for that? Although it appears that the jocks are a lot more aggressive in the way that their AI behaves. And... Alright, I want the coin. Minimum. They're a lot more aggressive than they were with the easier difficulty. There we go. I expect some more to show up, but that might be the last one. Alright. So I expect this series to go on longer, just out of the fact that we're going to have a lot harder time. And it's going to be a lot more grindy. Alright, I think I'm going to take the egg and the eel again for stat's sake. Punch up. I don't think any of the sushi gives you kick, as far as I remember, so... It's actually kind of hard to keep this stuff in your memory, considering how many items are in the game. That's another reason why it's one of my favorite games, is just the vast amount of things you can do in it. Alright, I think I'm going to attempt the boss here. I don't know how good my chances are, but we'll go for it. If I die, I die. It's not that big of a loss. You don't have a lot of money right now. I have a decent amount of health. And right now we're just fighting jocks. Now I might fight frat guys in the area that the boss is at, but I can always cheese them, like I'm cheesing this guy. If I need to. There we go. Oh no. Alright, well, never mind the thing about the boss, because I just took a bunch of health damage and dead. Alright. Can't take anything for granted with the advanced difficulty. I needed to be a little bit less cautious, I think, with those guys. They had weapons. They wouldn't have been able to defend themselves like they can now. So I should have just jumped on them. Well, that's unusual for the jocks to run away from me. Could be going after the weapon. This guy's gonna go down. Again, because he's holding a weapon. Makes him not be able to defend himself. Yeah, you can't run past me and try and get your weapon. Sorry. Running like that is always dangerous because you don't know if they could just throw a weapon at you or something and stop your run. So it is very dangerous. Or they could just clock you and you're running, so you'll take more damage. Alright, now I think we attempt the boss. Alright, some more jocks. That guy's gonna run away, maybe getting a weapon. That I soon encounter. Oh. Alright, fighting the boss at this point is probably suicidal. So, goodbye. Alright, we'll go to Mao's. I think Mao's is where the only place I can get kick power. The main reason I didn't fight him is because I have a fair amount of money and I didn't want to lose it. Fortunately, I can't eat a... So there's kick. Get some stamina back. Fortunately, I can't afford the egg roll there. May be able to afford something at... no, wait, this is just... I don't remember the salad doing anything spectacular, but we'll get some nonetheless. That way, if I die, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so that was just stamina, that was it. Okay. I kind of thought that was the case. Alright, let's try and get the boss here. Alright, never mind. Alright, generic dudes I can do. I say, and then get smacked in the face with a box. Alright. There we go. That's the way to cheese things. Boss time. Alright, let's not let him up. Let him up so we can punch him. Alright, not too bad. Where's our money at? Just hop into a shop. See where we're at. So that was not too much money. I'm gonna risk it and try and do the boss one more time. Generic dudes again. Deal with that. Don't really want to pick that up. The reason why is because it bouncing around is dangerous to me. I'm not going anywhere near that pit, buddy. There you go. Get on him. Helps if you actually hit. Do it. Ooh, I almost ran out of the stage. That would have been a mistake. Okay, that should have given us a fair amount of money. So we can get our kick power up again. As there is... I honestly think this is one of the few places you can get kick power. And again, I think we're going to be short of being able to... Oh no, we can get an egg roll. Got kick up, stamina up. Alright, I just want to see what the egg roll does so that we can kind of keep an idea of what's over here. The defense up big time. Alright, well that's definitely worth it. Compared to the sushi place where we got defense, it was only 2. I think the item was pretty close in cost though. It was maybe slightly cheaper, but definitely close enough. In any case, I think this is a good point to put a cut in the video, so let me go ahead and show you guys the password here so that you can follow along with me. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.